And all right, ladies and gentlemen, how the hell are you? Sunday,
we want to
fun
stream
day,
you to
round two. Shit. We just got done talking to one artist up there in the great state of Washington. Or no, not Washington. She's out in California. Now we're talking to Raul and BMV.
Nacho.
Huh?
Nacho. Nacho.
Nacho?
Yeah.
Okay, Raul and Nacho from the band ByFist. And where are you guys from?
We're from San Antonio. San Antonio and Austin, Texas.
Oh, down in Texas. All right.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, Rebecca brought on these guys here for us. So let me ask real quick before I send it off to her. What got you guys into the music industry?
Go ahead, Ro.
Well, I guess it first started out with the girls, but music, just love to hear that music, and hey, want to do what they were doing, just emulate our all the guys that started this, all the heavy metal kings, like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, all those guys. We just wanted to be like them growing up as a kid. What about you, now?
It's cutting in and out on yours, but I don't know. Yeah, man. Just once started seeing all these other bands coming into town, and we had a radio DJ called the Godfather over here, Joe Anthony, in San Antonio, and he would bring up all these bands that Raul mentioned, Judas Priest and Iron Maiden, but Budgie, all the older bands, and we just got into that music, and we wanted to play like that too, so we got the guitar and started jamming.
Right on.
Can you yeah.
now your kind of music has kind of a rock metal feel from what I've been watching in the videos. And when I first met up to you, I saw you when I was going through my feed, and your band just popped up. And I'm like, oh, this band's great. And I opened it up, and then we started chatting. So I really appreciate you being here today. Thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thanks for having us on.
And Rebecca got confused and wanted to cancel, and I said, no, don't do that. We do not cancel bands. I just all of a sudden last night, someone else hit me up. Hey, we're still talking at 1 o'clock tomorrow, right? I'm like, 1 o'clock my time. I can get it done by 2, and we can get ByFist in. Yes, we'll still talk at 1. Yes, we'll still talk at 2.
I thought maybe there was a double booking there for a minute, but we figured it out very quick. He figured it out, and I didn't realize
not a double booking, but a very fine close call in between shows.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you guys are pretty busy over there, aren't you?
Very, very busy. Yes.
Asgard, actually, this is going to be my last on-air interview for a moment, because me and Slider were doing the Sliders Asgard Rock Wars, and we're getting bands involved in that, and it's kind of like an NCAA bracket for Rock Wars, and bands are just going to it's going to be all listener voting, and I'm not going to say compete, but it's going to be a playoff, and the listeners are going to be able to vote on which band they thought gave a better performance. And in the end, we're getting some trophies made up, and yeah, we're going to have fun with it.
That's cool, man.
Cool.
If you're interested, make sure you let us know. I think we still have a couple slots, I think, for Western state slots for being in there, and then we still have quite a few openings for the Eastern side. So it's the Western side competing against the Eastern side bands.
It's going to be
from what I understand.
the first round. The first round is going to be Eastern time zone versus Mountain time zone, and Central time zone versus Pacific time zone.
Okay.
And then when we get through the first round, the second round is going to be like Mountain versus Central and Pacific versus Eastern. You know, we'll mix up the time zones and just, like I said, we're trying to have fun with it.
Oh, that's good, man. Did you get us in there too?
We
If you
can
want to
get
be
you
in
in
this
there.
room,
Why not, right, Raul?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, man.
All right. What time zone are you guys in?
We're in the central time zone.
Central? All right.
Central.
All right. We got a spot in there.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
thank you. It should be fun. It'll get you
Yeah.
guys some more recognition. If anything, it's going to get ByFest
Well-
name out there all over the place. We'll get a lot of people seeing that name, and then when they see the concerts, they're going, "Oh, I know ByFest. We're going to buy a ticket. Let's go meet these guys."
Right. Yeah.
Well, plus I've been trying to find other central time zone bands outside of the Chicago area. Now, no disrespect to my Chicago people. I love you all. I was based out of Chicago for many, many years. Now I am an hour and a half north of Nashville. Jim is still up in Northwest Indiana, so he's Chicagoland suburbs, Indiana part. But we've been trying to find more metal bands in Nashville, in Texas, in Mississippi, Louisiana. You know, trying to find the rock and roll scene down here.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to get in there in the last minute there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
No problem, buddy. And I'll tell you what, I've always been a fan of the great state of Texas. My
Right.
name is on a Volkswagen and a Cadillac down there.
Oh,
We went to the spray paint your name on a Volkswagen, and we went to the Cadillac Ranch, both of them off of I-40.
well, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we had one of them steaks at the Big Tex in Amarillo.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You try that challenge?
Yeah, we did the challenge.
Anybody win?
I did.
Oh, you did?
I'm a steak eating motherfucker.
All right.
Damn. That's a big steak, man. Was it 96 ounce?
72 ounces plus a
70.
baked potato plus a side salad and a roll.
That's a lot, man.
Well, there's a trick to it. You get up in the morning, you eat a big, huge pancake breakfast to kind of stretch out the stomach, and then you sit around and get stoned all day. By the time dinner rolls around, your stomach's already pre-stretched and you're hungry as fuck.
Oh, wow.
That's a very, it's just we just had 420 here, a couple of days ago.
Yep.
And it's interesting because my first show with the band 10 years ago was at a 420 fest.
That's true.
That's awesome.
We were just reminiscing that.
Oh, the other day for 420, I went on a 4-hour and 20-minute burn cruise. Hit 420 in 2 different time zones. I like I said, it was one for the books.
Wow. That's pretty.
So who's your guys' influences? When you sit down and write some music, what do you want to listen to?
You're talking about when we write for ourselves, right?
Yeah, or who influences you or who inspired you to become a musician?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it had to be, for me, it'd be Judas Priest, Budgie, Iron Maiden. Those are probably the main ones, Black Sabbath.
So the old British guys.
Yeah, There's a few American, I'd say, like Legs Diamond and Riot. One from the West Coast, one from the East Coast. We're just fortunate to know, be able to know these guys, later on when we started playing, we was playing with them and stuff. So that's what's really great, man. But trying to emulate your your heroes of metal, and then you're able to later on have your own band, and then start playing with these guys, opening up for them. Like, man, that's just badass, man. You know?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like I say, you know, at one time, Iron Maiden was a local independent band playing out of
Yeah.
bars and small clubs. At one time, Ozzy was a local independent band playing out of bars and pubs all over England.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm actually rereading I Am Ozzy for the dozenth time. There'd be times where they just go to a show and have their gear ready, hoping that the band didn't show up, and they'd be like, well, we're here. Here's our stuff. And I think once or twice it may have worked for them.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
If you could open up for anybody in the world, who would you want to open up for? And what venue would you want to open up for them at?
Shit. What do you let this one roll, and I'll talk after you.
You know, if there was an opportunity for me to open up for Judas Priest, since, you know, we're talking about these old guys that we were emulating, or that we've always, you know, thought as our, you know, as the people that pretty much got us interested in there, I would say, you know, yeah, that would be the ultimate for me, would be to open up for a band like Priest or even Maiden, one of those two bands, you know. What do you think, Notch?
Yeah, man. That's I was gonna say the same thing. You know, first Judas Priest because they were first, and then Maiden because you know, unfortunately we're not these guys do big old arena gigs, and we just don't know the promoters to get into those big arenas. But the small
Yes, you do.
arenas, well, we do. Well, great.
Yeah, I'm one
Yes,
of
then
those. I could get
There's-
into the
there's-
big arenas, no problem.
to
There's
open up
ways,
these
I
guys.
mean, if you guys would be interested, like Incarceration or Louder Than Life, Danny Wimmer presents. They host the Space Zebra stage where bands audition to be on a stage at these festivals.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah, could send us a link and we can check it out.
All right, yeah.
I mean,
But
we've
yeah.
done a lot of shows in the past, you know, for thousands of people, but never an arena show like you know, for 30,000 or nothing like that. I mean, I think we may have had what, 7,000, the most.
Yeah. Yeah,
Maybe.
it'd be like mid-sized, you know, venues, you know, like Queensryche, Saxon, UFO, Striper. They draw a pretty good crowd, so we were able to play with those guys.
Yeah, Michael
Well, I mean,
Schenker.
if you
Schenker.
wanted me to stand up in front of 7,000 people that I can actually see, I'd probably shit myself.
Oh, man. It's a great feeling, man. It's a great feeling. Like, holy shit, look at all these people. Damn, you know.
Well, and I've heard about this feeling that musicians get when 7, 8, 9, 10,000 people are singing the words to their song, and they just get to stand there and listen to everyone else sing their song.
Man,
Oh, man.
that I would say that is true, you know, because you don't think these people don't know us, man, you know, but you see people singing the words and going with the beat and knowing what's going on. I said, wow, what the fuck, man, I can't believe this shit, you know, they actually, you know our shit, right, Roll?
Yeah. You know,
Doesn't that make you feel good though, as an artist, having your audience literally know your songs word by word and singing it back with you, and now you have this great big choir of people that know your music as a
Hell,
musician, and doesn't that make you feel super awesome?
oh, it
hell
feels
yeah.
great.
I've seen Raul just put the mic out there, then they're singing the words out there, you know, like Mary Celeste,
Right.
you know, or you know, what?
Metal.
Like, wow.
And
Yeah.
like I said, we got a very tight community. I can walk downtown Nashville, Country Music USA. I see a guy wearing a Slayer shirt, throw up some horns. He's gonna throw them up back.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we see
what
it.
other genre of music are you gonna find people like that?
No, man, you don't. I mean, You can go anywhere. Yeah, like you said, you can just go to the grocery store or Costco or wherever, and you see somebody, you know, with an Anvil shirt on, or Black Sabbath, Riot, or Judas
Hell
Priest,
yeah.
and they just look. We just look at each other like, hey, yeah, man,
Hey, yeah.
metal, hey, you know what you're talking about, yeah, you know.
And I'll tell you what, I don't know how many people I've had the I can't even say I had the opportunity to meet, just talking to random people. I see you wearing a Pantera shirt. Great shirt, dude. Hey, check this out. I got a Pantera story for you. Or someone wearing a Slipknot shirt. Hey, check this out, dude. Do you like Slipknot? All right.
You're right,
I
man.
mean,
Yeah,
it's fucking
talk
great.
about Pantera, but Raul had a story about Pantera also right when they first started. Like you were talking about hitting the streets and stuff, you know, small clubs.
I
Yeah.
was I'm originally from California, from LA, and I had a couple of bands I was out there playing with, you know, playing at the Troubadour, Gazzari, Whiskey, and all that. But we did a show at Gazzari's one day, or one time here back in, I don't know, 1985, 86, somewhere in that range time. And Pantera was touring, I guess, started touring the West Coast, and they added them to our show that at Gazzari's. So I got a ticket stub even where they just had a lot, you know, name Pantera, you know, punched on the, what do you call it, on the ticket there. So they opened for us, Pantera. Can you
Dude.
imagine?
I'm sorry. I would actually tell that one to anyone who would ever listen to me. Yeah, dude, Pantera opened up for us.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I mean, it did happen, you know. Dude.
Right. You said back in the 80s, probably around 84, 85.
Yeah, about 85, 86, somewhere in that time frame.
Right
Hollywood.
around because Metal Magic was released in 81. What was that third album?
It was during their hair metal days.
Yeah, when they were still doing the glam thing. It was because 85 was their last album for the glam metal scene, and then they sat back and they're like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? We need to be ourselves.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think that.
then they really started evolving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And they're from up north there, Dallas.
Yep,
From here.
Dallas, Fort Worth. Shit, I can't remember the exact name of the town.
Well, there's so many up there.
Wait. I don't need Google. I got old school Google right in front of me.
Arlington.
Arlington, Arlen.
Yeah, where it's at.
I had a feeling it had to think with Arlington, you know.
But they're buried there too. The brothers.
Yep.
In Arlington.
Yes, one of these days I'm gonna make the trek over there.
Yeah, man.
I would actually love to one of these days be able to jump in on the ride for dime.
Man.
So let me ask you this. If you were stuck on a deserted island with one album to listen to until your rescuers came, what album would you want to listen to?
Roll?
You know, believe it or not, one album that really sticks out to me, and I don't know why, but it's the reason why I would listen to this, because there's so many different parts and so many it's very the intricate time changes and this and that. And I think if it was just straightforward, it'd probably get boring. But I like to listen to. I can never stop listening to music or the album "Awaken the Guardian" from what do you call it? The band from what's the name of that band? Fates Warning. I'm sorry, I'm there. Fates Warning, "Awaken the Guardian." That one, just for some reason, I can listen to that thing over and over again. I mean, I have a lot of favorite albums, but that one I can always go back to and just crank it. Just so different. I always hear different things in it all the time.
Okay.
I think for me it's a split between let's see, Judas Priest Stained Class and Riot's first album. For some reason, when either one of those albums come on, I can just let it run, man, over and over and over. You know, either one of those.
Right on. If there's any venue in the world that you could play, where would you want to play?
Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
Think big.
I'd say Wembley Stadium.
Wembley. All right.
No one has ever said Wembley. Madison Square Gardens is a far down second popular answer. The most popular one for that question is actually Red Rocks.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
I'd love to play at Red Rocks. Man, I love that place.
That place is fucking awesome.
I've never been to a concert there, but when I go to Colorado, I always like to go over there just to walk around the stage, walk around, you know, the whole, it's just so cool. One day.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
We seen a Revolution there, and it was awesome. I don't remember much, but I just remember the sound and the atmosphere, and everything was just right for a moment in the world.
Wow.
When do you guys plan on touring again? Or do you have that, are you going to make some more music first and then go on some more tours?
Yeah. Right now we're working on the recording right now, actually, in the studio. So once we get this one out, then hopefully we'll be able to send it out again, and hopefully we want to try to get some dates up in Europe also this time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh, we can't help you out too much in Europe, but if you tour around the United States and you need a place to crash without spending the money on the hotel or sleeping in the bus, go to asgardradio.com, go to Asgard Connect, where we host the Rock and Roll Bed and Breakfast. It is people all over the United States. We do background checks and make sure we're not sending a Joe Creepy or Sally Superfan. And they'll give you a bed to sleep in, home cooked meal, shower, do some laundry.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's badass, man. We got to make sure we touch on that one for sure.
Just one of the ways we try to help touring bands.
Man, that's great, man. It's just like you were talking about the t-shirts, you know, like, hey, you know, yeah, metal.
Yeah.
The fans, yeah, man, that's great. I'd rather do that, actually, you know, like stay at people's houses where, you know, they're fans, or it's just better than staying in a hotel. Just man, it's a drag. But, you know, actually talk to people, you know, at their home. That's way better, man. That's for sure.
Hanging out, you know.
Yeah.
Fans, but not super fans.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, sometimes it is really, really difficult. But years ago, just being me and living my life, I actually managed to bump into Jim Carrey, and I totally geeked out. I'm, oh my God, you're fucking Jim Carrey. And he looked at me, he's like, hey man, calm down. I'm just a person too. And I'm like, yeah, but you're fucking Jim Carrey. Yeah, but I'm just a person. and so ever since then, and it's happened a few times where I have to remind myself of that moment. Yeah, he's just a person. Meeting Ozzy, I had to tell myself 100 times over and over, he's just a person. He's just a person. But he's fucking Ozzy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's what to do, man. I mean, regardless of, you know, how much fame they have, but I mean, all these guys are famous, you know, all over the world, and it's hard to go up there with a straight face, or like, you know, dude, I've been listening to y'all guys forever, you know, and then you meet them like, holy shit, you know. But it's hard to just keep your calm, man. I mean, you know, but yeah, they start talking all normal and like, oh, then it's okay. Now you get more relaxed, and yeah, man, they're, you know, yeah, they're just normal. Just what they do for a living. That's it. You know, that's you know.
You know, there's a little story there. We opened up for Queen's Reich several years ago, and Todd Latour, the singer, was walking around the venue. I was walking around too, and he just came up to me. We started talking, and he had a little cup of tea in his hand, and he started asking me about, man, what's going on out here? What's this? Oh, I'm feeling this crap in my throat and all this stuff, like allergy. Well, they were touring down here when we had all that, the oak pollen, you know, was coming down pretty hard here. The oak, you know, the allergy season for San Antonio, this area. And so, yeah, we just started chit chatting. He started telling me that he drinks this certain tea for his throat. You know, just so cool. I mean, just people. They're
Done.
they're just people.
Now, if there's anyone throughout history that you could sit down and talk to over dinner, who would you want to talk to?
Nacho.
Oh, let's see. Throughout history, anybody?
Yep.
I would say, probably Tony Iommi. I would say. Just love just to get a chance to just talk to him. He just got so many riffs, man. Like, dang,
Right.
man, you know.
I'm sorry. The first thing I'd have to. Can I see your hand?
Yeah. That too. Like, holy hell, man. You know, get him chopped up, still jam. Like, damn. You know.
What I want to know is like, how can you play without feeling just, I mean, that's a hell of a muscle memory or something. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, yeah, he wouldn't be able to feel nothing. It's not there. You know, that's the
Yeah,
little
no,
he has on there.
he makes his own fingertips so he can continue to play. And it's like,
Well, shit, they wear out, I guess, you know. I mean, going down the frets and all that, it's not skin, so it had to wear out, don't you think?
yeah,
They'd have to
he started, it started with he was making them out of toothpaste caps and taping them on his fingers, and then he got real creative with pieces of leather and thimbles.
wow, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But, hey, man, do you have all those, you know, preserved somewhere you can see them?
Right?
Yeah, and something like that in a case.
Yeah, in the museum.
That's kind of cool.
Right?
Elvis fingers.
Raul, who would you want to talk to?
Oh man, there's just so many great singers in the, you know, in the
It
world.
don't necessarily have to be a musician. Anyone through
Yeah,
history.
you
Yeah.
know, I can't think of one, but I guess I'll narrow it down to a musician since that'll make it easier for me. You know, somebody that I'd always admired as well back in the day was Robert Plant. And you know, and I just, you know, he's such a cool dude that I'd like to sit down and talk to him. He's touched a lot of genres of music in his past, and he's just so well rounded, it seems to me. And I don't know.
Right.
That'd be
I think that's a first for Robert Plant.
well, I'm a huge Zeppelin fan too, so you know.
All right on. Favorite Zeppelin song?
Rose subject.
Yeah, I think which one would I don't know. I mean, you know, there's just so many. I like some of the stuff off House of the Holy. I mean, you know, just I don't know. I just like all those tunes, man. I just grew up listening to every think of, and you know, I'm a drummer also, so you know, Moby Dick was always such a big deal with me. You know, listening to that drum solo, always trying to do it, and you know, it's just
All right.
all good.
Oh,
I
man,
would say Whole Lot of Love, probably, for
Whole
me.
lot of love. That's
Whole
great.
Lot of Love. Yeah.
I was sitting here listening to Rush the other day, and Neil Peart was doing his thing, and I tried playing the air drums to Neil Peart, and I started getting dizzy spinning in my chair.
Oh, Bert, one of the best.
Yeah, that was Though it was great seeing them playing shit all the time, man. They came down here quite a bit, San Antonio.
I mean, and I saw a picture of an aerial view of his drum kit once, and I thought he had way too much going on there.
That's a lot of stuff he had, but you know what? He used it all. That's
Yep,
one thing.
yep.
You know, it's not like it wasn't for show for him. Like if he
Nope.
had it, he was gonna use that
It
thing.
was-
Saying some, yeah.
Everything was there for a purpose.
What like when he was already at the end there, that he says, you know, at my age right now, I can't play like Neil Peart anymore, but I can play like Charlie Watts. You know.
Oh,
So you know, like he was already there getting like, hey man, I can't do this no more. You know.
right.
Yeah, but it's when it watched him play, it just like it was effortless for him. It seemed like,
Oh yeah,
and man,
it's amazing, man. You know.
Anywho, where can we find you guys on social media at?
Well, we got the Instagram, Facebook, and the website, but I don't ByFist.com, but I'm not sure. Do you know the actual numbers, or whatever the letters, bro?
on what?
Facebook or Instagram?
Just look up ByFist.com or ByFist on Facebook and ByFist official ByFist on Instagram
Okay.
or ByFist official.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a blast hanging out with ByFist today, but it is lunchtime for me. I'm starving like a Marvin.
You can eat one of those steaks.
I don't know what the wife has cooked up for me. She asked me about 45 minutes ago if I wanted to eat or wait till I was done here, and I think it's time to go eat.
All right, man.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I am Chronic Chris of AsgardRadio.com. With me always on a Sunday fun day, Rebecca Hart and ByFest, Raul and Nacho. It was a blast talking to you guys today, and we hope to hear more from you guys soon.
All right, man. Just keep us posted on those little wars that y'all have on Central and against West.
All right. Yes, we're gonna put you down for the Rock Wars, and yeah, keep you posted on what's up with that.
Okay.
I'll definitely make sure you guys keep details. As soon as I get details, one Chris or myself will make sure you guys get the details too.
Okay.
Probably one point we'll create a box. It's a chat box at some point where it's like a specific little box. We'll put all you in. But until then, we'll make sure to keep you posted. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm so excited to finally meet you in person, even though we've been chatting quite a bit back and forth in Messenger. But I appreciate you coming on to Asgard Radio today.
Thank you for.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you, Chris.
Yep,
Good
we'll
meeting
catch
you.
everyone later. Don't forget, rock one, roll one. Don't you know what to do with it after that? All right, later, guys.